Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name once again is Celestial C888 and today we will be doing a monthly reading. Now today not only will we be using the Mermaid Tarot deck, the standard deck that we use for readings, but we will also be pulling some messages from the Psychic Oracle deck. We will also pull a Moonology Oracle deck message, just one, and one or two Romance Angel Oracle cards for your monthly reading. These are the decks that we will be using for your overall general reading for the month. And now, without further ado, let us begin. All right, Pisces, these are your cards, and this is your general reading for September 2022. Now, first part, Pisces, I feel as if this month you're gonna be a little bit more social than you normally were, because if we look at the Mermaid Tarot deck, you have the Three of Cups, which is just, a cup that's a card that shows that you're socializing more. Maybe I feel as if maybe a few of you haven't been able to socialize maybe as much as you wanted to because of work obligations or maybe family obligations, or maybe even school obligations if you were like doing something at school, if you were like doing summer classes for school or whatever. But something was definitely keeping you there, because you also, again, you have the Hierophant, and I feel as if this is more past energy where you were just like busy. Sorry, I'm busy working, I'm busy writing, I'm busy doing this right now. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't hang out really right now. And you guys, I think for like maybe most of the months of the summer, this has been where you guys were, where you weren't able to do all of your social obligations because you were busy working. But now you guys, for the month of September, at least during the early months, maybe, or the later months, depending on who, depending on the person, you guys are finally getting your wish fulfilled of just like being able to spend time more with your friends. Because you have the Nine of Cups here, and the Nine of Cups is definitely the card for wish fulfillment. So if you Pisces have been wishing to spend more time with your friends and you just haven't had the time because you've just been so busy with work obligations, family obligations, school obligations, whatever obligation that you had before where you just really couldn't, socialize as much as you wanted to. I'm telling you right now that you definitely are coming out of that period, because you're coming in September being able to have the time to socialize more, maybe work a little bit less. Maybe you guys are just busy with like a big project. Maybe you were starting a business and the summer months were just busy because you were starting a business, or the summer months were busy because you wanted to make sure you finished your degree, and the summer months were spent studying and finishing projects and for school and finishing tests and all of that. It was like all the summer stuff went to like just really working. Maybe you hung out with people here or there, but I definitely feel for the general speaking for Pisces as a collective. Again, this doesn't have to apply to every Pisces, but generally speaking for Pisces, for like the past months, particularly the summer months, I feel as if you guys haven't had the time to socialize as much as you wanted to, and you kind of been bummed about it because you haven't been able to make memories, like all you've had were like past childhood memories of summer, because you really didn't have time to like actually enjoy your summer. Because we see this with the Six of Cups now, I can definitely say, because of how the world is, there are definitely other factors to why you couldn't spend time outside hanging out. I mean, if you're definitely worried about catching something, insert whichever disease we're dealing with right now, you would definitely stay inside a little bit more. We've definitely stayed a little inside more than we have in the past, and all we have is like memories of like what we used to do in the past summers. And I feel as if Pisces, your summer memories have been like past summer memories, not necessarily making new summer memories this year. And luckily for you, at least I mean, like beginning of September is not technically end of summer. It's more like mid September. That's the end of September of summer. Excuse me, of summer. So maybe going into the end of September, fall. You finally get to spend time with people. You finally get to do things. You finally don't have to really think about like past memories to be happy. You just have a chance to be happy with the current time that you're in with your friends, because again, you have this Eight of Swords backwards, and the Eight of Swords is already like a tied up energy kind of feeling. I feel as if somebody's been upset with you. Somebody's probably thinks that maybe you don't want to spend time with them, and you're just using your work as an excuse for why you haven't been spending time with them. Perhaps your friends, perhaps your family, they kind of just like, oh, you're just using work as an excuse. You're just using this project as an excuse. So how is it that this project is taking up so long? Why can't you just take a break for one day from this project? And it could also be, Pisces, that maybe some of you, again, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but maybe some of you have, use that excuse of work or school or whatever obligation to get out of going to places and doing stuff that you didn't really want to go to anyways. But then you were just like, oh, well, I can't because I'm worried about this. Or I can't because I still have to finish this project. I can't because of blah, blah, blah. Some of you, again, I'm not accusing you, Pisces, but some of you have definitely like allowed that excuse to be the reason why you haven't been social with your friends lately. But again, like I said, come September, a little bit about that is going to change. Again, you have the Seven of Cups as your last card for the mermaid deck for the month. It's definitely, a time you definitely were dealing with a time away from distractions. Now I feel as if whatever project, whatever you were doing that was keeping you distracted from like socializing, from being with other people, you finally able to put it on the shelf. It's done. I can finally move on with my life. I can finally socialize with people again. I definitely feel that this is going to be the energy for a lot of Pisces this month in September. You're definitely going to like, oh great, I can finally set this down and like do stuff with people. And again, this doesn't have to necessarily apply to everybody, but I definitely feel for like a collective Pisces who definitely has been going through that. So now we go and let's look at what the universe has in store for you. Let's start with the Psychic Tarot cards. I just pulled two. And you have the Solitude. Again, this is what I've just been saying. You've kind of been reclusive, Pisces. You kind of been at a state of solitude because you've been working. You've been busy. Maybe you needed that time for solitude. For whatever you needed to do. You just was like, oh, if I just have this solitude right now, I can get this project done, and then I'll have time with my friends, and then now summer's over. So now summer's almost over, and now some of your friends may be like a little bit mad, maybe thinking that you like did it on purpose because you're usually very social, and now all of a sudden you're just too busy. You also have the Shadow card, Pisces. I definitely think that this is for you guys for this month. It is you coming out of the shadow. You're being able to spend more time with your friends in the light while it's daytime and everything. No more being in your dark room. Maybe not necessarily dark room, but like you get what I'm saying. No more being inside your home finishing projects or inside at work finishing projects until the sun goes down. Whatever you guys were doing for the past, I want to say almost all of the summer months, maybe even like for some of you, maybe even early spring, you guys just definitely you've been a shadow of yourself. You haven't been around with your friends and everything, and your friends definitely feel as if you haven't been around them as much. And I definitely think these cards are here to say it's time for these moments to be over for you, for you, Pisces, for you to get back to being social. And some of you might be thinking, oh yeah, I finally get to be social, when summer's gonna end. Well, it's better than nothing at this point in time. The way everything is going, some amount of social time with your friends is better than no amount of your social time with your social. Trust me, after having to deal with like the pandemic and everything, at least something is going to go right. And let's see your Moonology card. You got the full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. I was saying before, I definitely feel as if projects that you were busy with, that kept you distracted from your friends, from your family, from whatever social obligations that you had, again, I can definitely feel for some Pisces, they just really wanted to get these work projects, these whatever done, so that they'll be set to like be free to socialize later. And it just took a longer time than they thought. But the end of the tough cycle approaches for you guys. That is what the card says. So you've reached towards the end. You're finally able to, again, like I said before, you're finally able to put the project down. It's done. It's over. You're fine again. Like I was saying before with the mermaid cards, okay? And lastly, let's look at your romance cards. Your first card is trust. This situation is calling for faith. Now, I don't know how many Pisces who are watching are in a relationship, are single, or whichever situationship they have, but you're being asked to put trust into the situation because, calling in your soulmate. Wow. Pisces, you guys have an opportunity to be meeting your soulmate soon, possibly in September. Wow, that's amazing because you guys, maybe you might not be in a relationship with your soulmate, but your soulmate will be could possibly be around. You guys have that option. You see, your prayers, affirmation, and visualizations help bring you together. Maybe the project you were working on all summer, Pisces, was like trying to get into a relationship, and now all of a sudden you guys are fine. You guys have found your relationship in September. And for some of you, again, this doesn't necessarily have to apply to everybody, but for some of you, it's a very good chance that person is your soulmate. Those are your love cards, trust, and calling in your soulmate. All right, Pisces. Now, before I leave, I want to just bring up, I think a few of you should actually pay attention to the number 9 this month, because you've got like 3 different cards that are like divisible by 9. You got 9 here for solitude. You have the 9 of Cups here, and you have shadow was 18, but what's 9 plus 9? 18. So look out, Pisces. Maybe something on the 9th, maybe something on the 18th, maybe 9 days after you watch this, you'll find your soulmate. Maybe 18 days after you watch it, or 18 weeks, or 18 months, or I'm not going to say 18 years. I'm just going to I already know somebody's pissed off with even the insinuation. I already spoke that out there. It doesn't have to be true. But again, you guys have calling in your soulmate. So you guys have a pretty huge chance of seeing your soulmate this month, Pisces. Again, this is not for everybody. This is just a general reading. If you feel as if this doesn't apply, you can always check for your sun, moon, or rising sign. There's definitely other videos to watch. All right, Pisces, that is your monthly reading for September. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe to help the channel grow, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.